I say, whoa, now that's your man's and them, the Toothless Wonder, reporting on the evening edition of the Bamboozled Again News Network. Had to duck off, find me a nice little spot to talk to y'all, hopefully relatively uninterrupted, right? Now I've been to work all day on the new gig. Woo, trainings and modules, man. You know, like I said, I just want to get out there and get with the peoples, right? But you gotta go through the process. Okay, cool, fine, and dandy. And typically in my life, you know, I start doing something new. You know, I have the ability to adjust, and then make adjustments on my adjustments to be more efficient, and then I'm flow John with it. So on my way out of work, right? I just come with real content from my personal life, maybe something y'all can highlight, look at, whatever, right? So I get off work, and I posted on my Facebook story. Um, I forgot where I got the actual picture from, but it said judgment is coming to the black church, right? So I post stuff. Sometimes I actually do it to antagonize people, get a rise out of it. But nobody really be counteracting none of my arguments or nothing, other than the Democratic baby boomer generation, black folk, right? So I say judgment coming to the black church, right? So they reply with, what about the white church? So I'm getting out of this space, like I don't really feel the need to go back and forth. I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you're triggered by something, it's probably because it offends you, because it pertains or whatever, right? So I like not to respond, right? But it sometimes get hard though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I'm not talking about the white church. I'm talking about the black church. And then they replied back with, yeah, white is right. Now, where'd that come from? How come every time we bring up, like on, what was that, Coming to America? How come every time we bring up boxing, you bring up Rocky Marciano? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about the white church. See, I'm noticing, and maybe because of what happened last night with the election, like, there are certain demographics of black people who are very, they let down, though. You know what I'm saying? They let down. Because I think Kamala represented delusion. Now, again, I'm not for Trump. And I actually think Trump going to send us to war. You know what I'm saying? But I think they just really like, but again, like, what do they think was going to happen? That's what me being, a logical thinking individual, as I attempt to be. What was they hoping for? Other than the concept or the ideal of a woman of color who's not black representing them and having their best interests at heart, which is typically probably bamboozle Negro. And what tripped me out is I seen Negroes campaigning for this woman. Like, her claim to fame or her start of her political rise wasn't locking brothers up at an exponential rate. We talk like brothers say, oh, the Migos taking all the jobs. She's in charge of that now. Like, it's hard. Like, again, I'm not for Trump either. But it just like, it almost changed the spiritual dynamic where, like I said, like if you don't believe what I believe, let me attack you. But not with facts, with name calling or insinuations of stuff you didn't say. What they call that, gaslighting and all that? Like the gaslighting, the projection that went to another level, you know what I mean? So then when they said, oh, yeah, white is right, I just said, okay, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth. And I told this individual family member, right? Now I got a checkered past, right? But making social critiques in real time, I ain't been wrong about none of it. I wasn't wrong. I told everybody Black Lives Matter ready bamboozle y'all. You know what I mean? When they was throwing rocks and George Floyd and all that, everybody got together, started spray painting on the sidewalk. I said, at best, all y'all gonna get is maybe a statue or something like that. Them people took all your money and ran off, and now they ready to go to jail. But when I bring that back up, not to say, oh, I was right, but so you be more mindful when they run the next agenda, everybody crickets. Like when Biden got elected, I seen black folk doing that old slave dance, that old tippy tom joint like this here. They was doing that now, but like he gonna change something. Then as soon as he get in there, gas went to $7 and you ain't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think, again, black people like being deceived by people who tell them or represent what they believe is true, but it's not reality. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yo. You know what I mean? But hey, I'll be honest. It's a double-edged sword, because in one respect, I wanted Kamala to get in there so she can go ahead and really tip this joint over, into like the land of the wicked witch of the west, right? But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm glad she ain't get in there. Because if she had, well, of course, we all know the president won't really, they're just a public front person, but the representation of her in the seat, boy, Negroes wouldn't have had nothing coming. I'm talking about black men wouldn't have had nothing coming. Yeah, boy, under her administration, could you imagine the spiritual dynamic in your household that she ain't got nothing to do with? Oh, boy. You think they locking brothers up or letting brothers out now? Shoot. Boy, they're locking, man. They talking about, man, get them niggas off the street. And black women be like, yeah, we don't need them anyway, yeah, which is insane to me. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I'm saying? And then it's not like they selected her because Biden bowed out because he can't stay woke. That was the person they gave you. Y'all didn't even pick her. Y'all defending somebody y'all didn't pick. This is crazy. That's why I don't even like fooling with Negroes no more, yo. Because they're all programmed to think the same way. You know what I'm saying? Me being the free thinking individual that I call myself, man, it ain't even no need to even have no conversation. You know what I mean? And then they can create rhetoric. Oh, anybody who don't think like them, which ain't going nowhere, they're the enemy. Now you got family members and lifelong friends attacking each other over political beliefs. You know what I'm saying? But then when you highlight true spiritual practices and implementation, they don't want to hear none of it. Just like the black church. Man, I don't even know why people even go to the black church, even unless they're just under a strong delusion. Man, every week another pastor, get caught fleecing the flock or in one of these power bottom scandals. So then when I say something about it, you want to deflect and talk about small people. No, let's talk about what's going on in our neck of the woods. You know what I mean? Can't do that, so it just keep on with the keep on. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in Baltimore when they ran Jamal Brown out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Negro men ain't putting up with none of that time. Jesse Jackson, all they can't go nowhere and start nothing. Man, get out of there. They get hit upside the head with rock. Get on. Because I already know. The only time you show up when the camera involved. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no grassroots brothers. Well, not of that mob, because they sold out to the system. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yo. Then they say, oh, Project 25. Here's a wild state. Which I was wondering, is this spirit, has it been quenched? Like, to get, like, the spirit of fighting back. You know what I'm saying? Man, stop howling and all that, man. Fight. The first law of nature is self-preservation. Granted, they're probably psychologically conditioned to bow down to, police and all that there. Not me, not that I'm proud of it. But police put their hands, now I got my, they A-Town stopped me. But when the policeman hit me with the flashlight, I don't even remember, out of reaction, I went across the job. Now, you might have to go through whatever consequences, but they'll think twice about doing it. You see what I'm saying? And that's with anything. We refuse. It's like we want to beg the oppressor. Now, granted, spiritual context and all that. We want to. No other people on the face of the earth in history have begged the oppressor for better treatment, and they left them alone. Everybody else fight, Now we'll fight each other on ideological differences and all that, but we won't fight for our community. You know what I'm saying? Like that. What was that one episode on Rock where and he was just he was a trash man. And the drug dealer man moved in. He had to have a face-to-face with him. He talked slick. He grabbed him by his throat. You know what I'm saying? Electric for all they made. Not on my watch. You know what I'm saying? Man, Negroes, man, he kill me with this. And I can only imagine how it's going to get worse. Because now Negroes be crying and screaming. Let's say Trump, pulled back, public assistance. Granted, the country broke anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen no matter who in there. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say, I don't know, we go to war. They just going to complain any daggone way. And then let's say, hypothetically, Kamala got in there. They would just give her a pass or just not say nothing. Just like when, gas was $14 a gallon in California. You bring that up to the old baby boom Negro. He just blamed Trump. Well, he not talking about him. He ain't got nothing to do. We talking about the dude you was shucking and jiving for. It just tripped me out how black people defend people and then go silent. Just like when all these rap dudes go to jail or come out and we defend them, we welcome them with open arms. Like the crimes they didn't commit were against the black community. I can't name not now one Negro who bombed on the system or on white folks. We should be upholding, not saying do that, but that's gangster to me. The bully coon oppressing other oppressed people, but he's still subject and bow down to the system like everybody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, I was thinking, yo, like, if Malcolm X were alive today in the social media age, we would hate him. You ever notice how, like, our heroes that we esteem nowadays, we don't esteem them till after they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, after Malcolm had his awakening and left the Nation of Islam, I believe they got him lined up. But he lost all his public support, from my understanding. He just carried on with his personal disciplines. Like on them FBI or them CIA tapes or whatever. They say Martin Luther King was freaking off on the church convention. They said the CIA people actually admire, they still going to, unalive him, but they actually respect him as a man, because whatever wiretap they had, they're like, darn, he disciplined. He, you know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, woo. We got to take him out, but goddamn, he a hell of a Negro. You know what I'm saying? Anybody still trying to go out to G? You know what I'm saying? Begging to sell out. Oh, man, it's crazy, yeah. Still tap dance and all that, man. It's crazy, yeah. I seen one post, it said, it had, you know how you got the KKK joint, but it had that, like, the African regalia pattern on it. And we acting like our ancestors died for us the right to vote for a new massa. Man. Black independence. Like, again, I go back to my man Frederick Douglass. He said black people, and this is during slavery, he said black people really don't want freedom because it's too much work and responsibility involved. And you can't blame nobody if it don't work out. We actually fighting and begging for a more comfortable enslavement. And if you believe that we're actually the true, scriptural Hebrews, we always found ourselves in slavery. When we don't do right by God, we always subject to somebody else who's seemingly able to oppress us, even though we're stronger than them. But we enjoy being bamboozled. We love fighting each other. It's no different than Moses when he killed the Egyptian, because he seen him treating one of his brethren wrong. Then he seen two brethren fighting. What they do? They brought, hey, man, don't get in our business. You just killed the Egyptian man. It's crazy, yo. You can't. I don't know. At this point, I just turn into a joke at this point. But what do you do? And just keep on with the keep on. It does get mentally frustrating, though. Again, not that nobody got to believe what I believe. I just want you to have your own thoughts. It's like everybody's brain and consciousness is coming off an assembly line or conveyor belt now. Nobody has any independent thought. They say one thing the older black person can't do is process new information. They say intelligence isn't your ability to regurgitate information. It's actually your ability to adapt to whatever environment or climate you find yourself in. That's what they say. And I believe that to be true. Which is part of survival. Like animals adapt because they don't have no choice, but they don't have critical thinking skills. At least not that scientists are aware of. Like we've had to adapt being here in Babylon. I guess some of that which has been, I guess, I don't want to say selling out, but just trying to, make the best of a bad situation. But again, it's old. Like, I don't know, man. It's just wild out here. It's kind of funny in a sad way. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing I truly, I understand the 2/3 and the 1/3 argument, all that, but are they that far gone? Like, maybe it's that Stockholm syndrome or the battered wife syndrome, where you've been, received this trauma from this person or institution for so long, you either, one, identify with them, or two, feel like you can't survive without them. Boys were on the battlefield. But other than that, I had a good day, a little tired doing all that stupid modules and whatnot. But I'm a slow roll. I ain't gonna take over Rome in a day. Oh, but I was talking to one of my co-workers. Now, somehow, again, on a lighter note, when I, made my various videos about the old job, I guess everybody in the particular industry I'm in and in numerous towns in saying it because they got a terrible reputation. I'm still trying to get him locked up. He need to be in jail. But it probably won't be under my hand. Most High had to judge at that point. You know what I mean? But I'm of the understanding belief that judgment, just like charity starts at home, judgment come to us first before he start getting jiggy with all the nations. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna looks like if I got a son, I'm gonna punish him more so and quicker than somebody in the neighborhood that I might know, or you know what I'm saying? But on that note, this is just a little quick one on the late night tip. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Ooh.